Okay, so this happened today.
This
Brett
is nuts.
Weinstein. I have been evicted from Facebook. No explanation, no appeal. I have downloaded my information, and I see nothing that explains it. We are governed now in private by entities that make their own rules and are answering to no process. Disaster is inevitable. We are living it. This is getting way out of hand. What is going on? Someone said in the comments, this was yeah, Dave Rubin says they weren't just going to stop at Alex Jones. A lot of people said that. They weren't. He was the beginning. Joe Rogan said that. You know, it's the beginning. Of course, they're not going to stop. They're going to keep going until everyone that speaks out against them, against their narrative that they want, they're going to get rid of. Look at Philip Anderson. Got his teeth knocked out by a Black Lives Matter activist. Openly stated he was a Black Lives Matter activist who now has been arrested, knocked out his front teeth. The very next day, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter got rid of Philip. They got rid of Philip. Yeah, it's crazy because they don't want his message being talked about. They don't want that kind of anti-narrative is really what it is. They're like anyone that really shoves, and he's fighting free speech. You know, so he's openly talking about it. Every single thing he posts is anti censorship. Fighting for free speech against Twitter, against Facebook, because they are clearly keeping him down. Brett Weinstein, what was he talking about? He was bringing. He wanted unity party. He wanted to basically diversify our political system because they've got a monopoly over it. You know, they know what they're doing, right?
Right. I have never actually been afraid of getting banned from something until today, to be honest. Like well, because here's the thing, like there's definitely an increased awareness when you move, or at least there was for me when I left the left and became so open about, you know, Donald Trump and walk away and all that stuff. There's definitely an increased awareness. I definitely minded my P's and Q's a little bit more about what I was posting. I mean, I still like post on Twitter all the time, but you know, I really do try not to do personal attacks. I just do like commentary on things that may be perceived as personal attack, whatever. But like I've never actually been afraid of getting banned because I don't talk about race all that much, and I don't talk about like trans issues all that much, and I'm not really actively trying to be controversial. I'm just saying my opinions. But when Brett got, like when I saw that Brett got a ban today, I was like, if it can happen to Brett Weinstein, it will absolutely happen to all of us, because he is not saying anything to I would imagine on Facebook especially, he's not saying anything that's controversial. He's a professor. He's like one of the most like measured people in the world. And if they're gonna do it to him, they're gonna do it to the rest of us.
Boom. Exactly. And I'm honestly, I was a little worried because on Tuesday I did an episode, or in my episode I talk about the DOJ, you know, going up against Google and, you know, bringing their whole, you know, are they a monopoly? You know, are they forcing their systems on everybody? And Google's like, no, we just, you know, they do it by choice. Everyone just loves Google. And you know, people been telling me all week, you know, your channel has been being, you know, I don't know, nothing's showing up when you go live. And, you know, I don't you know, it's fine. What can I do about it? You know, there's no choice. I'm not going to stop talking about the things that I think are really important to talk about. And I think that's Brett. I think I'm spicier than Brett. You know, every single time I ever tuned in on him, he's very calm, collected, smart, you know, talking about legitimate things, you know, a lot of political things are, you know, the Dark Horse podcast that I have tuned into have been rather political, but just analyzing it, not even giving real, you know, a solid opinion, you know, just analyzing what is going on. And, you know, you said that you were just fearing about it today. Well, they better not. You almost hit 100K.
I know. I'm so close to 100K. I'm 225 away from 100K. So, guys, if you want to help me hit 100K,
help her get to 100K. She is so close. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe. It's really easy to find her. Dr. Carlin B, or well, Carlin Borisenko on YouTube, right? Your full name?
Exactly, but I'm sure if you put in Carlin, I'll probably pop right up. But I have a special. I want to do a shameless plug for a second, because if I hit 100K by tomorrow, I'm going to do something a little spicy. I am. I'm going to do a live stream at around probably like 4:30. It's my happy hour live stream on Fridays, which I get to do when I'm actually home. And if I hit 100K by tomorrow, guys, I'm going to tell the story of how I got fired from New Hampshire Public Radio. It is a story of defeating tyranny, and is a story of victory. And you're gonna want to hear this story. It's really, really good.
Oh, I want to hear this story. Oh, I think I actually know this story. I think
You might
told
know
me
this
this.
story. I may have told you this story.
Yeah, I think you did actually, but that's cool. That's cool. Haha, I know something you don't know,
So
viewers that are
you
watching
can
us right now.
vouch for that it's a good story though, right?
It's true. It's true. I have heard this. But it's pretty intense. And
Yeah.
you know PewDiePie?
Yeah.
So I guess PewDiePie has also been supposedly shadow banned. This is a tweet from somebody. I don't know who that shepherd is, but tagged YouTube saying, I have a doubt, so I didn't get a notification when Pew's new video came out. Plus, I searched up his channel. I got a bunch of his older videos, and his channel didn't show up. Did he get shadow banned? I feel like this was kind of like something that they probably wouldn't respond to, but then they responded like, thanks for tagging us, we're looking into it, we'll update you more. And then I looked at on Pew's page, and he did a video about he didn't do a video on it, he was doing a video, but it's titled like, what's going on, like, am I shadow banned? It's like, what's going on? PewDiePie isn't even a political analyst. Like, Pew News, he doesn't even do Pew News anymore. I don't think he did it for a little while, but then stopped. I don't know. He's a internet commentator. He's still, doing his thing. And I don't know. It's interesting then that he would have gotten, shadow banned. He's like the largest YouTuber on YouTube, 100 million subs.
It's so ridiculous. Like, did they think that no one was going to notice? I mean, like, this is not a secret, right? And the Quartering, I think, did a video on this as well, where, I mean, if you just search PewDiePie in the YouTube platform, nothing comes up. Basically, like a video of his that's a year old, his channel doesn't even come up.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it right now. Let's do this.
Real time.
Let's see. I've got my YouTube right here. All right, let's see. PewDiePie, first thing. Okay.
Oh, I guess the channel's coming up there.
All right, it shows up. It shows up. So
maybe they did fix it.
All right. So I mean, who knows though? I don't know what's going on. A lot of people are saying it's like their last ditch effort. Like, they don't even care. Yeah. They just need Biden to win and Trump to lose. Period. Pull out all the stops, block everyone we can, get rid of anyone that's a threat. We can't have anything getting in the way. We need to try to subdue this Hunter Biden email thing. And the New York Post is still banned on Twitter, or not banned, they're just blocked. Still
crazy. I mean, I think that best case scenario, we can only hope that things go back to normal or some semblance of normal after the election, when people perhaps start to regain some of their sanity. Now, who knows if that would, if Donald Trump wins, as we both hope that he will, who knows if they'll maybe even just double down. But if Donald Trump wins and they double down, I think they're actually screwing themselves. I mean, Donald Trump would absolutely go after them, I think, once he got reelected. And, then it's going to be Trump. Oh my God, Trump needs to get reelected so badly. Like, his second term would be fire. He would not hold back for anything. I feel like he's been holding back so much for the sake of reelection, which is good. I want him to get reelected. But can you just imagine, like, Trump unleashed? It would be amazing.
I would love that. Although he did say in an interview a couple days ago that he would be kinder during his second term. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I feel like if he gets reelected, he's not going to have to deal with the whole Russia hoax, which has been disproven. Hillary, I'm talking to you right now, or all the other countless people that were in on it. Joe Biden, Obama. Yeah, that we proved is not real, that they still talk about. They still are trying to make it a thing. They're still trying to convince everyone that, Russia colluded. And it's like, gosh, they disproved that. Didn't Joe Biden's talked about it. Like, they keep trying to, like, pin Trump as this, like, mastermind, criminal. And it's like, dude, all those things have been disproven, but they just keep talking about it.
I believe that Trump would be calmer, to be honest. First, because I think that Trump has I feel like he really has reined it in a lot in the past year or so. I think he's acting much more presidential, but they don't give him any credit. Did you see the footage that they released today from the 60 Minutes interview?
What? No.
Oh, Adam, you're gonna love this. So Leslie Stahl did an interview with Trump and Mike Pence at the White House, and I guess 60 Minutes was gonna release it on Sunday, but it started coming out the other day where Trump stormed out of the interview, and then the White House basically released their footage earlier today,
like he was gonna
preemptively. Oh, it's amazing, but what's amazing about it is the part where Trump stormed out.
Yeah,
he was incredibly cordial and nice.
Really?
He really was. I was like, this is the most anticlimactic thing ever. He was basically just like the same thing. He was like, you're not listening to the answers, and this is absolutely happening. And then someone butts in and is like, we've only got 5 more minutes before we bring Pence in. And Trump is like, well, I think we've got enough. I think it's over. And he got up and he kindly walked out. There was no yelling. There was no shouting. There was no ruckus. It was all very cordial. But when it got reported out, what did they say? Trump storms out of 60 Minutes interview with Leslie Stahl. It's like, that's not what happened.
Clout chasers. That's what it is. They're just trying to, I mean, Trump is the biggest name on the planet. Anytime they can spin anything that involves him, they're going to do it, and trying to make him as, villainous as they can. And that's, it's not working. The general American public, I feel, looks at him and goes, we get it. We want him as president because he did a good job for all of us. Stop trying to blame the pandemic on him. Stop trying to blame this lack of jobs in 2020 on him. That's the Democrats trying to keep things closed. Stop trying to blame him for the 200,000 deaths when back in March, they were saying 2.5 million people were going to die. Therefore, he saved 2.3 million people. Like every time they say 200,000 people died, I'm like, yeah, wow, it's better than 2.5 mil. It's amazing that we didn't have it. So it must not be as bad as they said it was going to be.
Right, and
I drilled it in there. Go ahead.
And what I love now is that they're trying to blame Europe. Like, China is no longer at fault for this. They're like, oh, it came from Europe. Like, no, it didn't come from Europe. Every single one of us knows where they came from. But I guess it's probably safer to blame Europe because they're white, right? I'm sure this is the rationale behind it. But I want to come back to the censorship thing before I forget a key point here about Brett Weinstein getting banned from Facebook. Brett is one of those people, and Helen Pluckrose, I've got a bone to pick with Helen Pluckrose. I just posted a video on my channel like right before this came out.
Who's that?
Helen Pluckrose is kind of like James Lindsay's partner in crime. She was the co-author of Cynical Theories. And generally speaking, I really like her. I think she's incredibly smart. I think that, she's really pushing back on a lot of the social justice stuff, and mad respect for that. But both her and Brett, well, I don't know if Brett's voting for Biden, but both her and Brett blatantly have Trump derangement syndrome. And they're letting that Trump derangement syndrome get in the way of really seeing that he is the only one fighting this. In some respects, I have to say, Brett, like you hate Trump. You don't want to support him. He wanted to do his Unity Party ticket, which I think is actually a really interesting idea, but not right now when the house is on fire. And so, you know what? You get what you deserve, man. Like, you got banned on Facebook. Trump is the only one fighting this. If only there was a candidate that was actually fighting for us. And then Helen Pluckrose came out today with an open letter begging liberals to vote for Biden. And I was like, and she had all these facts wrong in it, like, if you are in favor of racial equality and gender equality and LGBT equality, I was like, Helen, like, Republicans and Trump aren't against those things.
See, that's what I don't understand though. If he has TDS, why would they have banned him?
I don't. It's the weirdest thing.
He said he doesn't know why he got banned. It doesn't make sense, especially if he's got TDS. Like, what happened?
He's got TDS in like the worst way, and I think that's the saddest thing. It's like, talk about not voting in your own self-interest. Like, in this case, we have a problem. Is Trump a perfect candidate? Absolutely not, in any way, shape, or form. but he is the guy that we have. I hate this argument that they make that Trump is not the guy to fight critical race theory. Well, he's the guy that we have. That makes him the guy to fight it. And so I'll take what I can get.